Mr. Secretary, are the Chinese currency manipulators?
Not right now. The Chinese have spent $1 trillion in the last 3 years trying to hold their currency up. Chinese have put capital controls in to stop people from selling the currency so the currency stays up. So China is intervening in the market to make its currency be stronger, not to make its currency be weaker. It's absurd to say in recent years the Chinese are currency manipulators. Were they engaged in things that probably could be called manipulating the currency 5-7 years ago? Yes, they were. And diplomacy carried on globally and skillfully with focused targets was effective in getting them to stop. But no, how can you say that a country that's spending $1 trillion propping up its currency is manipulating it downwards? And by the way, the president in your interview asserted on the basis of an anonymous Chinese report that no U.S. official ever complained about Chinese trade practices. That is a libel, impugning the patriotism of hugely dedicated people in both administrations who worked in the U.S. Trade Representative's office, who worked at the Treasury Department, who worked throughout the government. The statement that the U.S. was not concerned about Chinese trade practices or the Chinese surplus is just utterly dishonest and reflects very poorly on what is in fact a primary Chinese frustration with the United States, which is that there's no consistency in our policy. And when we have a president who denies the facts of history, obscures the laws of economics, and regularly makes statements that just are not true, it is very hard for other countries to work with us, which is why, if you look around the world, the president has achieved a remarkable thing. In substantial parts of the world, there's now more admiration for China with its non-democratic system than there is for the United States without a constitution. That is a consequence of the gross mismanagement of U.S. international relations over the last 18 months.
I don't want to run out of time here. I want to touch on what the president said about rates and the Fed. Bullard's on the tape now, Mr. Secretary, shrugging off what the president said. He says, "I'm not surprised given the president's style." Are you willing to do that?
I'm not surprised because I'm not surprised that this president would make a gross mistake. It doesn't mean that it's not a gross error. And let me be clear. It's not a gross error in terms of some of the distraction. It's a gross error in terms of the president's objectives. It will be much more difficult for the Fed now to slow it if the Fed judges that appropriate, because it will invite the suspicion that it is bowing to political pressure. And the one thing no Fed chair can do and preserve the respect of his colleagues, bow to political pressure. So the Fed won't bow to political pressure, but the need to preserve that very strong assurance of independence could ironically be the fact that it can directly counterproductive in terms of what the president was trying to achieve.
I mean, very quickly, Larry, the problem, I mean, you're raising a lot of issues that are cause for concern and alarm, banana republics, and yet the Dow's down a point. The S&P 500 is down less than a point. It's just, it's hard to see how the markets are taking all of this in. If you've studied history, you've studied these economic policies and are saying this is so destructive, why is the stock market not saying that?
Well, if you look, what you actually find is that markets are great until they're not. Look at how markets were performing in June and July of 1914. Now, I'm not saying we're about to have a world war, but if you look at moments before, whether it's the Vietnam War, whether it's World War I, whether it's Pearl Harbor, whether it's September 11th, most of the time the markets don't see it coming and don't respond. But the markets are responding. If you look at the increase in the market this year, it's all of the increase is in 5 big tech companies. And those 5 big tech companies are achieving remarkable global positions, and you can argue about whether that's good or whether that's bad, the extent to which it has monopoly power, whatever it is, whether it's a great achievement of innovation. I tend to think it is a great achievement of innovation, and credit should be given for it. But that doesn't have anything to do with the identity of the President of the United States or have anything to do with the President's policies. And so to use the stock market as a way of taking the temperature of what happens is a serious mistake for anybody trying to make judgments about policy. He set the stage for the Great Depression in the 1920s with a whole set of mistakes in the late 1920s. And the stock market was cheering all the way until it wasn't. So I'm not here to predict immediate doom and gloom. I'm here to say that we're making mistakes. We're driving our car recklessly. And when you drive your car recklessly, you're more likely to have an accident if it goes sooner, even if the ride is feeling good at the moment. And that's the way to understand the policies that are being pursued right now.
Hey there, thanks for checking out CNBC on YouTube. Be sure to subscribe to stay up to date on all of the day's biggest stories. You can also click on any of the videos around me to watch the latest from CNBC. Thanks for watching.